But anyways,
newly signed, just signed, Paquiao versus Mayweather. I love it. Only problem I had with it was that I thought the fight was too early, especially with Paquiao coming out of the training that he had with Cotto. I guess he didn't mind though because it was his idea. Apparently, Mayweather wanted it for the May 1st, but Pacquiao's going to be running for office in the Philippines, and big ups to Pacquiao if he can get into the office. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be in politics in the Philippines. But
he was already a singer. He sold like 500,000 copies of his CD.
Is it really his voice or is it his name?
It's his realistic.
No,
there's actually a music video.
Come on,
about him.
Everybody, the Chicago Bears had a
sitting on a chair singing in Filipino. I don't know what language that is.
Tagalog.
Tagalog. There you go.
I don't know. How do you see this fight going? I have a particular way of how I see it going, but I mean, I could be wrong. It's 50-50 to me. It's so 50-50 to me because I mean, you know what you're gonna get from Mayweather.
Yeah. But then you also know what you're going to get with Pacquiao.
I think it's 50-50 because you know what you're going to get from Mayweather. But, I mean, I don't know what Pacquiao's going to bring to the table.
Yes, you do. You've seen Pacquiao, beat the living crap out of Miguel Cotto. You've seen Pacquiao, knock the Brit out of Ricky Hatton. And if he does what he's been doing in his past fights, he is going to hand Mayweather his first knockout.
Here's the problem I have with this fight for Paquiao. Paquiao fights De La Hoya. De La Hoya is older. He's out of it. He's not really training anymore. He's having fun with Millie, his Puerto Rican wife, and doing Golden Boy promotions. I mean, I think he took the fight to give Golden Boy a huge fight on their record. And when you see the fight, the guy was drained. He looked dead. Everyone said this and then beating it over with beating over the head already. That how bad De La Hoya looked in that fight. So what does he do? He goes out and he demolishes De La Hoya.
Oh yeah.
Then he takes on an overrated Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton really hadn't fought anybody.
That's true.
He was exposed against Mayweather when Mayweather dropped him. Granted, it took Mayweather longer to drop him, but at the same time they fought at a higher weight. So I mean, but Ricky Hatton is the type of brawler that's going to suit Pacquiao's style coming in. And I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh, Pacquiao this. I'm not bashing Pacquiao. Right? I'm not. He's a good fighter, great fighter. But you can't be curious as to how these fights have been hand selected for him in order to move him up in weight. And also then they take on Miguel Cotto.
There we
go. And Miguel Cotto, who had just come off a brutal knockout from Margarito. He had 2 fights to get back into it. Had a brutal cut against Clottey. But I think the biggest problem with Cotto wasn't the testitude or the fortitude to see if he can go that long. It was him not having a trainer. I think the biggest problem I see for Cotto in that fight was he didn't have a good trainer in his corner.
No, he didn't.
I mean, the guy when Pacquiao went to his corner, Freddie Roach was like, what are you doing? Da 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 da. He's doing this. Don't fight this fight. We need you to stick to the game plan. Throw this, this, and that. Wait for this, this, and that. When Cotto went to his corner, it was, you see what he had. Well, he's not as powerful as you thought. You're doing well. I want another round just like that.
Yeah. And then when he was getting beat, I'm going to give you one more round. I'm going to give you one more round.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep doing that. And he's getting pounded and pounded and pounded.
Yeah, I mean.
Did you guys see his face?
There's the thing about the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight that gets me. For the first time in about 2 years, Pacquiao is going to fight a guy who has a stable corner.
Oh, yeah.
Who has a stable fight plan. Guy's never lost. Who's
still at his prime.
Who's maybe faster than him.
Oh yeah.
Bigger than him, taller than him, longer reach than him. And can he turn Pacquiao into the old type of fighter that he used to be, which was a brawler type, come at you, let's just get it on, like when he fought Marquez, those 2 times. And I just see that Freddie Roach says that Mayweather is his easiest fight. And now I just don't agree because Mayweather's not going to change up his style for anybody. And I mean, as if you've seen it, he's a defensive fighter. You know what you're going to get from Mayweather. You know what's going to happen. With Pacquiao, you wonder, is Pacquiao going to attack him? Is Pacquiao going to try to put pressure on him? And if he does, Pacquiao could get caught.
We'll see.
And that's the interesting thing. I mean,
that's.
What do you think Pacquiao's going to bring to the table?
His speed and his power. I think he will probably not knock him out, but I think he will drop him. I think he will drop him a couple times.
So, but I mean, do you think Pacquiao is faster than Mayweather?
After seeing him fight Miguel Cotto, yeah, I think so. Because his speed with Miguel Cotto was phenomenal. It was pretty fast. It was more than pretty fast. For a guy to say I couldn't even see his punches and just see his neck snap back, oh yeah, definitely.
I still have to look back to the Mayweather fight with the Marquez. Now Marquez is the last guy that really made Pacquiao look bad. And I mean, I think Marquez actually won the second fight. And Marquez counterpunched him the whole time.
Surprised.
I mean, Marquez counterpunched him the whole time. That's Mayweather's the strongest. He's going to counterpunch you. You know, and the fact of the matter is that is Mayweather made Marquez look really bad. I'm not sure if it's because of Marquez's age. Maybe because, you know, he's got too many fights under his belt. Maybe because Marquez wasn't used to that weight. But he made him look bad. Yeah, really bad. But the one thing I've always been critical about Mayweather is that Mayweather doesn't have power. He's not going to knock you out. He couldn't knock out Marquez. He couldn't knock out half the guys he fought. Yeah. You know, I mean, great fighters throughout history always have that knockout to win ratio is always, you know, pretty close. And his isn't. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. I don't know. Prediction time. Who do you got? There's no flip-flopping. We don't flip-flop here at the Deesguys Sports Report. So what we say
bullshit.
Is how we go.
These guys cut the bullshit. That's our motto. We cut the bullshit. Pacquiao. I'm going for Paquiao. I am going for Paquiao.
Who and why?
Paquiao, because after seeing what he did to Miguel Cotto, I think he's going to do the same exact thing to Mayweather. I don't think I know you. He will. You? Who and why?
Yeah, this guy. I should bet him right now because you're gonna lose. I'm gonna take Mayweather in this fight. I'm gonna take Mayweather in this fight because this is a fight that's gonna validate how great of a fighter Mayweather is. I like Mayweather for two reasons. He's the most realist fighter you will ever see. All that hoopla that you see on HBO, I mean, that's real life. That's how people live. That's how cocky people live.
Yeah, I'm not saying
American
he's not.
Fighter, he's like that.
I like Mayweather. I've always chose Mayweather. I give credit to when credit's due. That's my thing. Okay, we cut the bullshit.
Here's the thing. Is that Mayweather doesn't. The second reason why I like Mayweather is because he doesn't change for anybody.
No,
he's going to give you the same stuff. People have to game plan on Mayweather. Mayweather doesn't game plan on anybody.
That's what he said. He doesn't see video. That's what he said.
Doesn't see video. No.
Yeah.
They game plan during the fight. And I'm going to tell you something. Roger Mayweather, that man is a genius when it comes to fighting. Yeah. And it comes to fighters. It comes to boxing history. He knows.
But so is Freddie Roach. You know, you got two top fighters and two top coaches here.
This is the one time I think that Freddie Roach is a little too cocky. A little too much. I wouldn't be surprised if... I said Mayweather doesn't have power, but I wouldn't be surprised if he caught Pacquiao with a knockout. And it's going to be a late rounder because Pacquiao, when he gets under duress, he gets under stress, he likes to come at you. He wants to fight. You saw flashes of it in the against the Cotto fight. The one thing I was impressed about Pacquiao is Pacquiao wanted to test out Cotto's strength because he said everybody kept talking about how hard Cotto punches. This is the first time you're ever going to really be punched by a welterweight, and he wanted to fight Cotto's fight for a couple of those rounds. Granted, he fought Cotto's fight after Cotto was pretty much done, and he just kind of let him tee off. But
yeah,
you know, you're going up against Mayweather, the type of fight. See, because Cotto's game plan changed. You know, you're going up against a fighter who doesn't change his game plan. This is how he fights. This is who he is.
That's true.
And I think that Mayweather does win this fight. I think that after he wins this fight, he validates. No critic can ever talk about him anymore. You know, about him ducking fighters, this and that. Boxing is full of politics. You can't just say that this one guy ducks everybody. But that's just, you know, what it is. The guy's undefeated. You know, is Pacquiao be his first loss? I doubt it. I think that Pacquiao gets tested, his chin gets tested, and I won't be surprised if this guy gets... Pacquiao's got a lot on his plate. Yeah. After this fight, he goes back to the Philippines to try to do politics and everything like that, and he might not be fully focused for this. Coming straight out of another camp, you know, I think this is gonna go. This feels Mayweather. So I take Mayweather in this fight. But if you have any questions, comments, or any feedback, let us know. This guy 247@yahoo.com, or just leave a comment right under there, down there. There's on that comment list, right under there.
Right here. Right here.
I'm this guy,
and I'm that guy. If you guys want to follow me, Twitter, ENRock23 at Twitter.